shit. I'm the worst of all. I'm a rubber-faced clown, you know? I cried so hard. But not my baby. Not my girl. No, she's my girl. She's not crying. She's holding me up. My girl, she's keeping me on my feet.
Welcome to Rant Apocalypse Talks Daredevil Season 2, Episode 4, Penny and Dime. I'm Justin.
And I'm Hank.
And in this episode, which, good gracious nacious, it was so it's almost beyond words how amazing this episode was, but I'm going to try to give a quick little recap. Thank you, Netflix, for providing this. But in this episode, Karen uncovers shocking facts about the Punisher, who also, at the same time, finds himself hunted by a maniacal little Irishman that's a powerful force in Hell's Kitchen, as well as Daredevil pondering his next moves after he had a long conversation with Father such and such, because I cannot remember his name.
It's something with an L, but I don't remember it either. Landon or something?
Lando. We can go not like Father Lando, because we can have a little Star Wars crossover or something. So
Landum or something.
Yeah, I could not for the life of me remember his name, but that definitely that conversation that Matt had with him is definitely giving him like pause for all of the actions that he has going on right now. So it was a very good conversation.
The priest has always been cool, though. I love the way he calls it like he sees it, you know.
Oh, he is amazing.
He's awesome, yeah.
Yeah, that didn't make one of my favorite moments from the scene, but I did love the fact that where did I put it? Oh, that the way that his little sermon, it kind of tied into what was happening directly in this episode. Because he said, you know, one person is not just one person. In each of us, there's a world that reaches out to others, creating reactions, sometimes equal, sometimes opposite. So,
perfect.
I mean, I thought it was a perfect message for this episode, because all of Frank's actions have caused these reactions from this crazy asshole Finn. That we saw that Daredevil and everybody in Hell's Kitchen somewhat spawned the Punisher. Well, the Punisher spawned Finn because of his actions. So crazy things that are going on there.
I was surprised Tony Curran showed up, just for this episode, and he didn't make it out, because he's great. Remember him? He's a bad guy from Underworld.
Is he? Okay, I knew I had recognized him somewhere, and I mean, he did a phenomenal job in this episode. Okay.
Great.
You want to just get right into our top three? Because
Sure.
I have a million things to say about the episode, and I'm sure they're going to be brought up in our top three. So you take it off, Hank.
Well, my top three is just seeing Electra there at the end. All she said was, "Hello, Matthew." I was like, damn, I want to play episode 5 right now.
Yeah,
I didn't say anything, but it's a great moment. Great, quick little introduction to her.
Oh, it was a perfect ending, because and this is one of the interesting things about this 4-episode story arc. This is unlike anything that we received in season 1. I mean, it was a 13-episode story that we received. This is somewhat maybe the end of the Punisher story arc.
That's
I certainly
what it felt
hope
like.
not.
I was like, really? That's it? 4 episodes and Frank Castle's out? It can't be.
It can't. Say it's not so, Netflix. I mean, I know that people are maybe that have binge watched the entire season already and maybe are watching our video right now.
And they're like, you guys are dumb. How could it be over?
Yeah, you guys are idiots.
It can't be over.
He's definitely back in another episode, which I pray to God that he is, because he has just been. He's absolutely amazing in the 4 episodes that we've seen thus far. But yeah, Electra,
I think so too.
That ending was perfect, like absolute perfection. I'm super excited to see her. Elodie Young plays Electra. She's stunning. I've heard that she brings the pain as Electra. I mean, one of her direct quotes that I used in my Daredevil Dies in season 2 video was, she was talking about how when she's in the outfit that she's in killing mode and people best not fuck with her.
Whoa.
Yeah. No, I am pumped to see
Damn.
more of her. Yeah.
But it was a nice contrast between the moment he had out in the rain with Karen,
yes.
you know, and then coming home and getting that other surprise, you know.
Yes. The old flame coming back. She's like, I saw
Yeah.
you kissing on that ginger.
Right.
Don't make me stab you. Yeah, it was
cool. A little mention that we got, you know, about his Greek girlfriend and all that in the first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in
To
season
just
1.
finally get to meet her. Yeah.
My number 3, and I'm pretty sure that every one of my top 3 is going to involve Frank Castle, but my first one was Frank at the carousel. That was just, it made me want to cry. That was one of the many moments in this episode that I wanted to cry. But the way that he was looking at that carousel and staring like
It's crazy.
blankly at that carousel, and tears were in his eyes. If John Bernthal does not receive an award for his performance as the Punisher, I'm going to be greatly disappointed with Hollywood, because he has been amazing. But
It's nailed it.
oh,
Yeah.
absolutely nailed it. And the fact that he went from just really sad and he looks broken at that point when he's looking into that carousel, but he just flips a switch and destroys Rory and his men, and it was badass. So
It's crazy how he can go from being a killing machine to this episode. We started sympathizing with him a little more and understanding what's going on.
exactly.
It's almost like I forgot all about all those freaking people he killed in the first episode.
Yeah, you
know,
forget
it's
all
like-
about the bad
yeah.
stuff that he's done really quickly, and that's definitely a credit to the writing in this first 4 episodes of the season, because they've done a masterful job. So what's your number 2?
The torture scene when Finn had him, you know, they finally capture him and they have him there and he drills through his foot and all that. Just the way he handled the entire thing, like, bring it on. Even up until when they brought the poor pup in, I was like, oh no, don't hurt the dog. Why do you always have to bring an animal into it, you know?
Yeah, I
But,
love that I love that the Punisher's a dog lover. It's great,
Yeah.
because that's also John Bernthal in real life. I mean, he is a super big time dog lover. He is a pit bull advocate. You know, that I think he has two or
Right.
3 pit bulls, and you know, he's always showcasing that, you know, these aren't bad dogs. You know, it's only bad people that own these dogs that turn them into to dogs that do rough things, I guess. But yeah, that whole torture
That
scene.
whole scene, and even up until where Daredevil shows up and they kind of fight side by side, and he's stopping him from killing people. That whole thing was just a great sequence.
Oh, it was so awesome seeing Daredevil come and save him.
Yeah.
I loved how he was using the baton and knocking people's guns out of their hands. And while he's saving the Punisher, he's keeping the Punisher from killing people at the same time. Like,
And the Punisher acknowledged, hey, you do pretty good, you know. That's
Yeah.
not bad.
Well,
Red,
I
love when he calls him Red too. I love
yes. Oh, I do too. I love when he says red. I love it whenever they're in that moment and he keeps keeping the Punisher from killing people, and he goes, no killing, and the Punisher just says, altar boy.
that. Right.
Because he's so annoyed that he just won't let him murderlize these people, because they're bad people. They're evil, terrible people. So
No, they're dynamic. The dynamic is awesome.
Yeah,
I'm loving that.
The whole torture scene was fantastic, though. I loved Finn. What did you say his name? Tony Karan.
Yeah.
He did an amazing job, and he's a super evil guy.
Oh, from the minute he stabbed that other dude through the eyeball, you're like, oh this guy's fucked up. Yeah, we gotta watch out for this guy.
This guy means business. I love the part where he told Frank, he said he was giving him the pill, or he had the pills, and he says it helps calm your nerves. And Frank just says, yeah, exactly.
And his voice is just so amazing.
Yeah, it's badass.
No, he's great.
I absolutely loved it. The drilling scene, that's got to be the most violent and gory thing we've seen.
Yeah. I keep thinking this is Marvel. Yeah, this is Marvel, you know, and watching S.H.I.E.L.D., you keep thinking S.H.I.E.L.D. is so tame next to this. God. Yeah, it's network TV and everything.
That's
man,
shit stuff.
Yeah, this is out of control.
That was Saw level gore. I mean, he's literally drilling through his foot, and you see like the blood and gore like kind of come up through. Ugh.
I thought it was gonna go through the knee, but then he wouldn't be able to even walk to the graveyard later.
Yeah, exactly. So no, it was an epic scene.
And the fact he had the little razor blade
Uh,
there tucked under the thing,
that
pretty
was my
wild too.
that was my number two moment.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it was just the fact that he he has the level of foresight to be like, and it was just gross too, as he's
Yeah.
in the car and he's digging into his body, his arm, to put this razor blade in there for future use because he set this all up. I mean,
Oh, the
he
guy
put
realized
this all
it
in
too.
motion. Yeah, it's
Finn
yeah.
realized, oh, this is what you wanted, fucker.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's like, this is exactly what I wanted. I'm gonna
Yep.
kill all of you guys. And then when he blows Finn's face off with the shotgun,
Oh man.
I think I got an epic image of it. I haven't. Let me see.
Did you?
I took some images. Oh yeah, I got it exactly when he gets shot, and it's just there's nothing left of his face.
Yeah. No, I shouted. I was like, oh! I couldn't hold that one in. I was like, damn.
It was brutal. But
That
God
kills
was
the bowling ball.
It does. That
Pretty much.
bowling ball is top. I think the guy shoving the spike through his neck, part of that fence. I think that's topped by the shotgun blast to the face.
Yeah, that was pretty.
I don't
pretty
see that being that being topped in the gore and brutal fashion in the rest of Daredevil. I just can't see it. Maybe it's going to happen. If it does, I might have to cover my eyes because then it would be really really gross. So, what is your number one, right?
Yeah, my number one is him telling his story. Frank Castle telling the story. And yes, I got all weepy-eyed and teary-eyed. So that's what I'm saying. He absolutely works for me as this character. So I'm just surprised when people say, that he hasn't done a good job or that it's overly violent. Maybe I guess that's what's bothering some people, that it's a little too violent for them. But that's the whole point. I mean, once you heard that story and him talking about his daughter and seeing his daughter again and all that, how can you not understand what the guy's going through?
Yeah, it was.
I'd
tough
be like, I'd kill all those motherfuckers too.
Yeah,
Forget that shit.
Exactly. Like, these dudes gots to go.
We still don't know exactly what happened or why they went after his family or how that all went down. So that's why I'm thinking that this can't be the end. We have to, unless they're going to do his own series, we have to understand that or see that in the flashback.
I think it's definitely going to come up because, we definitely get that story with the cemetery scene, which that was also my number one.
Incredible scene.
It was
just incredible.
It was an incredible scene.
And Matt's tear, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, the part where
got to him.
He said that he was a rubber-faced clown, that I was crying so hard. If I wasn't a terrible person, I would have been bawling myself. But sometimes I feel like I have no emotions, which is a bad thing. But I was still inside. I was sad, but no tears came out. I wanted those tears to come out because that moment was just super emotional.
I didn't cry, but my eyes were definitely watery just listening to him telling that story.
I mean, it's a super sad thing. The fact that he wasn't scared of the killing. Like he said, the killing came easy to him. That while he was in Iraq and Afghanistan, that was something that never worried him, never scared him. But the coming home and seeing his daughter is what scared him. And I loved how he was talking about the fact that not my daughter, not my girl. She was strong. She was being completely up for me, and she was his rock.
Yeah.
And it was just really sad to see him in this moment at the cemetery because at this point he doesn't know whether or not he's gonna die because he's kind of like, I think it's my time to go.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm checking out basically, and I know that he knows that his fight isn't done. Like he hasn't got to the bottom of what happened to his family and everything. And I think in that moment he's definitely very sorrowful that he couldn't finish the fight. But no, I love that.
But
scene.
He's tired again, and the way he talked about being tired and the whole thing, and this beautiful flower coming from him, he couldn't imagine. No, the writing was just incredible. That whole scene.
Yeah,
he nailed it.
And I love the fact that Matt didn't really say anything at that. Like once Frank got going, there wasn't any back and forth between the two of them. It was just all the Punisher, all Frank, kind of like spilling his guts to somebody, almost like kind of like a confessional type scene.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it was just
to the choir boy.
yeah, exactly. Yes. It was glorious. But he
was able to open up because he sees the Daredevil understands him. He realized he came back for me, you know, and so he was able to open up to him.
Yeah, no,
very important scene.
Yeah, very important. Hopefully not the end. And that's what I was going to bring up is I don't think it can't be the end, because we see that Karen is uncovering all these secrets behind the Punisher's backstory, and the fact that she meets with that medical guy. I don't know if he was a doctor or if he was just I don't know who he was in the sense
like
of the surgeon.
An intern or something.
I couldn't tell if he was a nurse or what exactly he was, but he was there when
he died.
When Frank died, and we hear from his story that people in the suits wanted Frank dead, and I'm guessing people in the suits are the government dudes. So and the fact that they think that it has something to do with the district attorney Reyes trying to cover something up. Maybe Reyes is a part of it. I'm not really sure, but I'm excited to find out.
I just like her enough that I hope he's a part of it and that Frank gets his hands on her, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But it does seem like it's government related more than just the Irish.
Yeah, more than just these gangs for sure. Because at this point, I don't think Frank knows who's responsible, because I mean he's been taking out one gang after the other on his retribution tour, basically.
I thought Fisk maybe was involved, but it doesn't seem like it. Like it's gonna lead back to Fisk. I don't know. So far it doesn't seem like it.
I could see it leading back to it somehow, some way. I hope so, because I hope that maybe that's Wilson Fisk's reintroduction into season 2.
This season. Oh, okay.
One can cross their fingers that we get to see. I mean, how epic would it be to see John Bernthal as the Punisher, you know, Vincent D'Onofrio as Wilson Fisk, Charlie Cox, this whole cast, Electra coming into play, Scott Glenn with Stick, like all of them with storylines that are kind of threaded together. Like
that'd be amazing.
I'm excited. One other quick thing that I wanted to point out before we finish up this recap: Daredevil's new helmet with the horns. I love it.
Yeah.
I think it works so much better with the horns than without them. So, and I love Melvin.
It's cool. I was remembering, you know, how he even came into the picture, because he used to do Fisk's the lining of his suits and all that. Yep. It is cool that he's back. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Melvin. I think he's.
Are the horns different though, or in a different position? Because the other one had like a dark black plate or something in the front.
Maybe it's not the horns. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is now, it works for me better.
Okay.
Than it did previously. I don't know if it's not. Yeah, maybe it's just. Actually, I guess he had horns before.
Yeah, he had the horns.
So I don't know what it is, but there's something that looks different that I'm liking.
I even like that they had that patchwork. You know, it looked like a scar going across while he was temporarily using it after the shot to the head. Yeah,
that
was cool for a while.
Yeah, it was cool. I'm glad whatever they did, I like it. And of course, we got the 1 batch, 2 batch, the book, and Karen found that book, so that made me even kind of sadder whenever she's going through the house and she finds that book, and then we get the actual story from Frank himself a little bit later. But
beautifully written, all of that. Yeah, beautifully done.
Amazing episode.
Another great episode.
Yeah, I think that this may be one of my favorite episodes that we've seen thus far. All the little origin story episodes, even though this wasn't like an origin story episode, but it was centered a lot on Frank and like his past, kind of like how Wilson Fisk's, you know, he got that episode. We saw that episode with Matt.
Still my favorite.
Yeah, I think that episode with Wilson Fisk is one of my favorites. This may have topped it though, because of all the incredible action that coupled with all of the amazing backstory and just the amazing dialogue that we got in this episode.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Well, we want to hear your comments. We're done talking about the episode, so leave all your thoughts and your comments in the comment box down below. Hit that subscribe button if you want to get more Daredevil discussions, as well as all of our future content that we're going to be putting out on Rantpocalypse. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back to cover
Electra in episode 5. I'm thinking we'll probably deal with Electra and the Hand for a few episodes, and then Punisher will be back.
I hope so.
And it all tie together. That's how I'd write it anyway.
Well, I like how you would write it, so I hope that's what they do. We'll just hit that subscribe button and we'll be back for more Daredevil.
All right, bye-bye.